Who's ready for a nightcap? It is the finals of the girls district soccer tournament for the 41st district, and we've got all the action coming up for you here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, a full-service auto repair shop servicing all models. 2 locations to serve your automotive needs. Call 502-352-2988 for an appointment or go to davidtollsautopros.com.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Serafini. Serafini is proud to sponsor Game of the Week and wishes all teams a great season. Join us, Serafini, for lunch or dinner to enjoy mouth-watering daily specials, pastas, and salads. Come see us for a premier dining experience where great food, drinks, and company come together. 243 Broadway Street, 502-875-5599.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas, and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner in historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
Welcome back to Great Crossing High School, home of the 41st District Soccer Tournament for 2024. We've got the Girls Championship coming up here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week alongside Clint Goins. I'm John Piesheimer, and Clint, we've got 2 teams going up against each other that have yet to be scored on in this tournament. Great Crossing winning their opener 8-0 over Frankfort Christian. Yes. And then Frankfort High, kind of the surprise team of this tournament, 2-0 winners against Franklin County to punch their ticket for the first time to the 41st District Championship.
Well, I wasn't really surprised that they're here because they had defeated Franklin County during the regular season. But, yes, this is the first time ever Frankfort High has been in the district championship game in girls soccer. In the 25-year history of the program, they've never gotten this far. So that, that says a lot.
Yeah, it's an impressive accomplishment for Coach Craycraft in his first season. Now, on the other side, this is familiar territory for Great Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
Every year of this school's existence, they have appeared in this game. 2019 taking on Franklin County, 2021 and 2022 taking on Great Crossing. Taking on Western Hills, and then the last couple of years, Franklin County, their opponents, and now for the first time, the Frankfort High Lady Panthers. As we get set to go here, teams are going to be lining up. Looks like Lady Panthers are going to be wearing white, green for the host team, the Lady Warhawks, as they prepare to take the field. And as they come out, we're going to just step aside a little bit and let you get a little bit of what it's like to be at the 41st District Girls Soccer Championship as we get some lineups and give you a little taste of the scenery here at Great Crossing.
And now introducing your starting lineups tonight. First, for the Panthers of Frankfort High School with a record of 11 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie. Sophomore, number 3, Addison Howes. Sophomore, number 4, Savannah Cambridge. Sophomore, number 5, Rebecca Pires. Sophomore, number 7, Emma Johnson. senior, number 12, Lillian Wainscott. A freshman, number 13, Abby Falk. A junior, number 15, Kaylee Curry. A freshman, number 18, Evie Cosell. A junior, number 19, Emily McClavick. A junior, number 33, Cora Anglin. And in your goals tonight, the senior, number 35, Rachel Nichols. Lady Panthers are coached by Bo Crancraft. And now, with a record of 12 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, your Great Crossing Lady Warhawks. A junior, number 0, Hannah Baird. A senior, number 3, Seaton Hawkinsmith. A junior, number 4, Finley Eisen. A senior, number 7, Tori Skaggs. A junior, number 10, Kaylee Tyson. A senior, number 12, Cameron Crump. A freshman, number 18, Kendall Crump. A senior, number 17, Meredith Turner. A junior, number 32, Julia Baker. A senior, number 33, Olivia Knopfinger. And a senior, number 40, Nori Gordon. The Lady Warhawks are coached by assistants Jillian Barnes and Mo Bell, and head coach for your Lady Warhawks, Trevor Klein.
Well, they called out number 17 for Meredith Turner, but she is in fact wearing number 24.
I counted. Did you count, Clint? I think we got 22.
I was not counting.
Well, if you're really willing to trust my math, I guess we'll go with it.
I think you're right. I did find what I did find interesting, however, is that I had Emma Biggs starting the other night for Frankfort High, but she's not tonight. But Rebecca Pires is. So
Pires got plenty
change.
of minutes on Tuesday night when this team took the field for the first time. Of course, we see number 9. We see one of the players, number 9 there, Destiny Sims, the junior, and then Hannah Hayes, who we've mentioned. You know, we spoke with the coach a couple days ago about her. A couple of injuries on the team, but making it to this game for the first time. And, you know, they've got a tough opponent here. Great Crossing really put it to Frankfort Christian, and they've really just kind of run roughshod through the 41st District. But that win on Tuesday night, that brought their record to 5-0 on the season. But anything's possible when you roll the ball out there.
That's true. That's why they play the game.
And that's why you pay me the big bucks to come out with vacuous idioms like that.
You're getting paid?
Well, we'll see. Great Crossing to start us off. They're going to be kicking towards the left side of your screen, and we are underway.
I really didn't feel we really saw the Great Crossing girls team Tuesday night. They played Frankfort Christian, the smallest school in the district, and you know, Frankfort Christian, I don't think they made any subs all night long. So those girls at the end of the game were just, I'm sure, completely gassed.
Yeah, it was a tough ask, and you know, you look at the
Great Crossing, I feel like they kind of, you know, played well enough to win, but didn't want to really stretch themselves. And
I feel like we're going to see, going back to that game on Tuesday night, I feel like we are probably going to see, even though it seems strange to give a all-tournament team award to someone who gave up 8 goals. I think we're going to see that goalkeeper for Frankfort Christian maybe wind up there, because that game would have been over a long time before it wound up being over if she hadn't put in a yeoman's work there in the Frankfort Christian goal.
I agree.
Now back to the action at present. Great Crossing has a couple of far-flung chances, you might say.
Here's Curry with the leg brace. taking the goal kick.
Player to watch for Frankfort High, too, is the freshman who scored an incredible goal in the first half. That would be Evie Cassell, number 18. She'll be playing out on the right side.
And, of course, you know, Great Crossing is led by a freshman as far as scoring goals is concerned.
Yeah, she leads the entire 41st district. That would be in the person of Kendall Crump. Crossfield ball played over to Julia Baker, who had a goal from distance, deflected in, but really kind of got Great Crossing started in that second half. And she's making the run. We'll see if she kept herself onside. It appears she did. Here's the cross in. Nobody there to meet it, but coming in on the far side, I believe that's Seton Hawkinsmith taking a left-footed shot towards goal.
Nichols scoops it up for Frankfort High. Yeah, the score the other night was just 2-0 at half. But then Great Crossing scored 6 goals in the second half, and Mercy, the Lady Royals from Frankfort Christian. But, you know, Frankfort Christian had never made it out of the play-in game before. So, you know, a lot of firsts this year in girls soccer here in the 41st district. So we're seeing the district as a whole, I think, become more competitive. That's always a good thing.
And you know, you could see kind of on the reaction of some of those Frankfort Christian girls. They're not just happy to be there. Of course, they want to play well, but I think they were excited and proud to have done what they did, and they should be.
Yes.
There's Hawkinsmith working on Savannah Cameron, rather. Great Crossing still trying to attack down that right flank. That'll be a throw. Pardon me. Great Crossing just working the ball around, and as soon as I say that,
another goal kick.
Julia Baker has a shot from distance. Well, we had a goal 5 minutes into our first game tonight. If you're just joining us, that was a thriller that came down to penalty kicks as Frankfort High taking down Great Crossing, winning the boys' side of the 41st District Championship.
Yes, the Great Crossing girls are building a dynasty here.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as the parity of this, you know, we talked a lot about on the boys' side of the bracket, we had, you know, just a lot of parity. That's that's really not the case here. Great Crossing, the clear front runner in this tournament, and really showed their class and not really ever getting out of first gear on Tuesday night. But the Panthers also, you know, they've got a couple of girls who are capable of putting the ball in the back of the net in the right situation.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, we saw Great Crossing, they did not really get going offensively until about 15 minutes into that game. They had a lot of opportunities at goal but couldn't really finish.
Due in large part to the Frankfort Christian goalkeeper.
And, you know, a couple more bodies to choose from here for Coach Craycraft and the Royals had on their side. So, you know, the constant defending they're going to have to likely do. They're going to be a little more up for the challenge as that shot from the corner by Meredith Turner goes wide.
Yeah, another shot on goal. How many does this make already in the first 6 minutes of the game?
Well, that one wasn't quite on goal. She missed it by a little bit.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Shot towards the target, we'll put it that way.
Yes. Attempted shots on goal. They've had at least 5, I think. So, and Frankfort High having trouble getting the ball on the Lady
Yeah, that's one of those, and you know, we had kind of talked to Coach Craycraft before the game, and I think that's one of the things he had worried about was, you know, is on that night he decided to bring an extra, kind of to have a central defender kind of back there on that back line, and I think that's because of a concern out of, you know, some of his back line's ability to move with the ball at their feet and pressure coming their way, and that, you know, that's why you'd have the goalkeeper just try to play it into kind of over top of the pressure, and that seems to have been the strategy so far, but Nichols has not really been able to find a white shirt with some of those goal kicks.
Yeah, and you know, Great Crossing, just like on Tuesday night, they're just not letting the ball get on their side.
Yeah, it's the sign of a well-drilled team where they know exactly where to be, and when the ball you know what to do when the ball gets to a certain place or you're in a certain scenario. You're drilled enough to have a plan for that. Frankfort High trying to disrupt things. Here's Emma Johnson. Laid it off for Cassell, and her pass back to Johnson just a little too heavy. But Frankfort High showing a little bit of threat. And that ball reached the feet of McClavick, but is not able to find a teammate. Here comes Great Crossing. And that was a nice step through by McClavick, and she's going to get rewarded for it with the ball coming to her. Trying to play it up forward just to kind of play it into a space where Johnson could run onto it, but Johnson just had not had time to make the run into the Great Crossing half yet. Warhawks going to work from the left side now. Cross comes into the box, coming in to meet it was Hawkinsmith, but it's knocked away. Well, the Warhawks will reset. And this is the kind of thing that wears those legs out if you're a defender, just the constant ball chasing that they're having to do.
Yes.
And you can tell as soon as they get possession, they're looking for Emma Johnson up the field. That is really going to be sort of the route one that they're going to have to take in order to have a chance at scoring on this Great Crossing team. But 10 minutes in, Panthers are holding serve so far.
Yeah, but you're right. They've had, you know, they've been playing defense most of the game so far, and eventually that's going to take its toll.
Yeah, Johnson just was looking for an out ball there and just didn't have one. Nobody kind of coming to meet her for Frankfort High. And this is what it's going to take for Frankfort High to have a chance. It's going to be a lot of communication and a lot of just having to work with each other and help each other out as Nichols manages to catch that safely. And that's on both sides of the ball. You saw it on offense where Emma Johnson was kind of just, you know, shepherded into a place where she had the ball taken off of her. Nobody really coming with her to give her a place to pass. I think in part because of the concern that if they come there, they're going to leave so much space in behind them. And that's really the key here.
Yeah, exactly.
That one falls nicely for Great Crossing. Turner plays it back, and that is your first goal, and just comes from kind of a couple of mistakes there. A little ping pong of the ball, but Turner played that right into the path of Kendall Crump, and guess who it is? Kendall Crump again, opening up the scoring. Nice little 1-2. I got to give them credit. A little Keystone Cops on the part of the Frankfort High defense, but that's some great composure by Meredith Turner here. Kind of found the ball back at her and just looked. It would have been easy to swing your left foot at it, but instead she looks for a teammate, and then you have a simple tap in. 1-0 your score right at the 10-minute mark of time gone in this first half. And Kendall Crump adds to her tally for the season.
Is that 23 now?
I believe so. Yep, that would be goal number 23 on the season. Cassell trying to play it forward. Frankfort High's got a chance here.
You got a girl down there.
And they may have a corner here. Nah, the way it's looking, we're going to get a goal kick.
Yeah, Frankfort can just get the ball down there.
Yeah, that's a good start.
You know, for a little while. Just, have it on that side of the pitch for, more than just 6 or 7 seconds. Great crossing, so calm, cool, and collected. I mean, even when they scored that goal, there was not a lot of excitement. Like, yeah, we scored.
Yeah,
and that's supposed to do.
And that's just gets back to kind of you can tell these girls have played with each other for a long time. You can tell they're just, I think that's going to go out for a goal kick. But the one thing that it occurred to me watching them on Tuesday night, and I think it's, now, especially every time I watch them, the thing that jumps out at me is the fact that every single time they touch the ball, they know where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Their first touch sets up their second touch. Their second touch sets up wherever they plan to go with it. And they've always got 2 or 3 options, and they know what those options are. And I think that's a lot of the difference. And, it takes time to get that kind of chemistry, and it takes consistency. And, you've got a first-year coach in Coach Craycraft, and, he's – talking to him, he's really clued in. He's a big time fan of this game, and he knows what it's going to take to get that team there. And that's where Great Crossing is where every team in this district would want to go.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, that's a shot, and Nichols had a little bit of trouble with it because
then they have to kick it out of the back, as it'd be a corner kick now for Great Crossing.
Yeah, that's number 10. For the Warhawks, Kaylee Tyson, the junior, just having a shot from distance, getting it on target, and that'll set up a corner.
And I don't know, but I imagine that probably every kid out there on the pitch right now for Great Crossing plays club soccer somewhere, and maybe only a handful of Frankfort High girls play club soccer, and that they just have they have better foot skills because they play a lot more.
Well, the one thing that I've seen, and we've seen, with that said, we've seen the Lady Panthers, we've touched on it all week, come forward in leaps and bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Over the past 4 or 5 years, but it's just that's the amount of distance that you have to go.
Yeah, again, it's a small school, not as small as Frankfort Christian, but it's a small school, and you've got to Great Crossing in football I think is 4A, maybe 5A, I can't remember. Frankfort High is single A school, so the soccer players for Great Crossing very well could be one-sport athletes, and you see on the Frankfort High side, these girls probably are playing a lot of sports because they are begged to.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need you to come out and play basketball. We know you can't play basketball that well, but we got to have somebody to practice with, and can you play softball too,
And you talked about traveling teams as Emma Johnson nearly gets a foot to it for the Panthers. You talked about traveling teams. We do have some really good traveling teams in this state. We have, of course, the powerhouse Javanon up in Louisville, and then we have Lexington FC, and Storm has come on in the past few years. So there are options, and those are kind of growing by the day. And I'm sure I don't want to leave anybody out. Those are just the ones that occur to me right now. So I apologize if I left your team out, but the point stands, it's really good to see. And certainly is to the benefit of the girls that are playing and to their high school teams that they are having that extra time to develop skills, because it is a relatively short season.
Yes.
We start in August and we end in October. So that's not
right. It's basically 2 months.
Yeah. And for a sport that is just skill specific, once you get to a certain level of wanting to play as soccer, then it does take time to develop that. And that's cleared by Cassell.
I remember, as you know, I'm a volleyball kind of guy, but I remember when my daughter played high school volleyball, she'd play volleyball, and it's just like soccer. It's 2 months, and then she wouldn't touch a volleyball until the following August. And the high schools in Frankfort could not compete with the Lexington schools at all because they had club teams and Frankfort did not. Well, Frankfort, I believe, still has a club team. They've had one for probably 15 years, and it made a significant difference. That and the fact that the middle schools finally got on board and started playing volleyball too. Because my daughter had not played volleyball until she, was a freshman in high school.
And then what is the end results from that? We see some really good volleyball talent coming out of this area.
Yes. It's where it was 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's significant difference.
One of whom was a pretty high-level Division I player and whose father is on our crew tonight.
That's right. Bob Carsoner's daughter played at Akron. She was an Akron Zip. But she was homeschooled, did not play high school volleyball, but did play at the club level in Lexington.
We've got some pretty special talent in the volleyball ranks here in town right now, and we're going to see them take to the court here on Cable 10 later on this month. Really excited about that.
You'll see a lot of girls jump serving. I remember the very first time I saw a girl jump serve in Frankfort, and I was like, wow. It was a player, I forget her name. She played at Western Hills, and she had moved here from California. So, and that's been about 20 years ago, close to it. And that was the first time. Well, now, half the girls can jump serve.
Well, I know one player who never got in, much to the frustration of some people here on the Cable 10 staff, but I think she's doing pretty well for herself these days.
Athletics are fun, and I encourage all high school students to play sports in high school, because you can learn so much from team sports in particular. But most of you, this is the terminal part of your athletic career. Some of you may go on to college, but very, 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 very few will ever make it in the professional ranks. We've had I think 2 football players make it to the NFL out of the county.
That would be Logan Woodside,
Wandell Robinson. Well, there was also one back in the 70s, Steve Campassi. Made it, played for the Eagles.
Quarterback?
No, he was running back, played at UK.
How do you not end up as a quarterback with that name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Sniper got the player for Great Crossing over on the far side. Just had a little bit of an edge. That was Finley Eisen, the junior, who caught a bad piece of turf there.
Yeah, it sure did.
As you see, number 6 Emma King coming in.
The point I was trying to make is that, don't put all your eggs in that basket, okay?
I don't know about you. I'm going to get that NIL deal any day now. So you're just a hater. No, you make a good point, Clint. And
Focus
just seeing
on your
these girls out here having fun and having just memories that they're going to keep for a lifetime.
Oh yeah,
that's really what the point of this is.
Right. Being part of a team translates well when you are in the workforce, because pretty much almost anything you do in your career, you're going to be part of a team at some level.
And you learn accountability.
Yes. You learn that, your teammates are depending on you. Your coworkers will be depending on you to get your job done. So, another corner kick here for Great Crossing.
And to arrive on time. I was waiting for it.
I could not help it.
No, that's quite all right. You had a very good reason, and even if you hadn't, we got there in the end. Great Crossing.
Let's face it, John, I'm just window dressing here at this.
Well, the reason you put window dressing on is because you don't want people to see what's inside. So, on a chance on goal, just did not fall kindly for Great Crossing, but elbowing off the ball.
Oh, a nice cross.
The ball doing everything but going in the back of the net, and Frankfort High managing to keep the score line at 1-0 by the skin of their teeth. Let's take a look at this replay. Great ball in.
Yes, and here's a great cross right there.
Yeah, and that's the one where just unable to get to it there was Emma King, number 6, and then that was really the chance of that passage of play. And we're going to have a corner.
Another corner kick. It's just been corner kick after corner kick here for Lady Warhawks.
Julie Baker with the step over and a nasty shot with the right foot at the near post. I think Nichols could see that the trajectory was going to take that wide, but warning shot again. Yeah, just the curler, and really just couldn't get that to get the curve that she needed.
Good job by Addison Hiles to get in there and make it a little more difficult.
And good job by our cameramen to capture all of this week. They've been doing a great job.
Yes, they have.
Panthers just trying to get it out of their own half by any means necessary.
We've been fortunate also to have good weather this week. Might get a little chilly in the second half, but not like it's going to be next week.
Well, we've all known it's coming. It's just a matter of time.
That's right.
And the header not able to keep that down is Kendall Crump, but taking up the position that she needed to take up. Just a little bit too much heat on that cross. 1-0 your score. This is not completely unlike what we saw in the first game, as Great Crossing only putting in 2 against Frankfort Christian in the first half. You say only putting in 2 as if it's, far below par. Normally that's a great half for a team.
Yeah, but the number of shots they had on goal.
And we're seeing a similar.
The fact that it was only 2-0 is like, wow.
Yeah, we're seeing kind of a similar thing play out, and certainly once these young women, if both of these teams are going to be going to the 41st District Tournament, the 11th Region Tournament, and once they get to that tournament, they're going to want to be a little more clinical in front of goal, I think.
Yeah.
Because the competition only goes up from here.
It does. It may not for the winner of the championship.
There's a shot from distance. It's saved well by Rachel Nichols. Sorry, Clint.
The winner of the district plays the runner-up from some other district. But the competition will definitely go up for whoever finish the second place, because they'll be forced to play a first place team from another district.
But the fact of the matter is, we're talking about a Frankfort High team that is going to the 11th region tournament.
Right.
That's pretty special.
That's right. That's right. Win or lose. I'm looking over at the Frankfort High bench, and I think I maybe see 3 girls over there, maybe.
Well, the corner for Great Crossing here.
Another corner.
So that went off the foot of the freshman, Evie Cassell. If you're watching their game on Monday night, she had a fantastic goal.
She did.
To open up our scoring that night. Here's Baker. Baker with the whipped cross in. Falls kindly, and just wide with the shot there is Emma King. That was a fantastic cross. Excuse me, that was Bailey Maxwell, who had a couple of goals on Tuesday night. Let's take a look at that. That was a fantastic hooked cross into the box by Julia Baker. Warhawks resetting and switching fields. Now they're going to attack from the right. Going back to the left. You can tell they're really trying to kind of exploit their ability to cut back inside from the wings. And that's one of the things where I think they see something in those fullbacks and the wing players for Frankfort High, where they can really kind of run in a straight line, but it's the changing of direction that's difficult when you're running backwards. And watch here, you've got a ball down there, but they're using that runner as a decoy to try to cut inside.
It's a very keen observation there, Mr. Piesheimer.
There is one of the more famous Dutch players of the last few years was a winger named Ian Robben, and they would play him on the side opposite his foot, his natural foot, because he was so good at cutting in. He was left-footed, but they would always play him on the right side because everybody knew exactly what he was going to do, but no one could stop it. What he couldn't do is grow any hair.
Not like that that kid in the last game for Great Crossing.
Yeah, that was that kid had some stash game.
Yeah. He would give Tom Selleck a run for his money when he gets a little older.
He kind of does now.
I bet Tom Selleck, when he was a junior in high school, didn't have a mustache that looked that good.
That one nearly chipped into the path of the Warhawks. That was Kendall Crump, was wide-eyed looking at that, and just, excuse me, that was Kaylin Crump,
yes,
the junior, who's now in the game.
Yes.
Got the last name right anyway. The 16 and the 18 look a little similar, and you know, you've got green jerseys against a green field.
So all 3 Crump girls have seen action tonight. 2 of them started.
And we've got a foul on, I believe that's the aforementioned Kaylin Crump, fouling Evie Cassell. Cassell doing a nice job to get position there, just using her strength to keep Crump out of it, and Crump with the foul.
Yeah, Kaylin Crump with the foul. She's the one with the pink headband.
Yeah, you're right, Clint. There are 3 of them. It might behoove me to be a little bit more specific.
It's going to roll out of bounds. They couldn't get there fast enough.
10 minutes left here, and we're going to get some substitutions. Olivia Knopfsinger coming back into the game.
Yeah, 33 and 36, Anna Murphy coming in for Great Crossing.
So far about, I would say, 90 to 95% possession for Great Crossing, but only one goal to show for it with 9 minutes left in this first half.
And we have a sub for Frankfort High also.
Yeah, number 10, Bella Barnett coming into the game. She got a little clock on Monday night.
Yeah, she had a lot of time. I think she subbed in for Johnson most of the time, but this time she replaced someone else. It may have been Evie Cassell.
Here's the cross. Kaylin Crump sets it up, hits it with the left foot, and that is going to bounce out for a corner.
Yep.
That was a nice cross back in front of goal. And a good job by Kaylin Crump to some nice footwork to get the ball onto her preferred foot. This is Sydney Keister, I think, who's just come into the game. Nice job defending there on the far side, but losing the ball immediately. Great Crossing just playing that patient game, switching fields, going back and forth, and commentators curse. As soon as I say that, Keister takes a shot from 10 yards outside the box. But have a chance, you know. Hearing a lot of instructions verbally to the teams, and you know, those I'm sure aren't all coaches.
Yeah, well,
they all are in their own mind.
The coaches in the stands.
Yeah,
coaches in the stands. Yeah.
Frankfort High is still holding strong, as have bent but not broken, aside from the one time. Comes Great Crossing again. Can they score before halftime?
Oh, I'm surprised she didn't pass it over to her left. Frankfort High unable to put enough leg into it to really clear it out and get it down the field. But so far, their defense has been pretty solid. A little lucky,
give them credit.
But pretty solid.
They're riding their luck, and I mean, that's what you have to do against a team who's going to outskill you at most positions.
Good look at number 6, Emma Moore.
The first time these two teams played, it was the old 8-0, with Great Crossing coming out on top in that matchup. That was back on September 4th. And that ball, a dangerous one, as it plays it right back in front of the Frankfort High goal. A Panther hits the ground. It's crossed right back out, but Great Crossing, another chance to reset. Here's Kaylin Crump. Almost fell for her sister, Kendall Crump. We assume that's her sister. Here's Kaylin Crump taking the shot from distance. And that'll be wide. So we get a close-up look at Lillian Wainscott, the senior defender.
Yep, she'll take the goal kick for the Lady Panthers. Hey, Frankfort throw in. One of the few they've had tonight.
And like the other handful they've had, it winds up at the feet of Great Crossing. But, you know, we're under the 4-minute mark. Panthers still holding strong. And not letting this one get out of hand yet.
Nobody was up there to help Cameron out.
Switching play now is Great Crossing. Gonna try from the right side now. And Panthers shepherd that one out. It'll be a throw. About 20 yards up from the corner flag. Kane crosses it over. Here's Keister. Left-footed shot just wide. I think we're gonna have a couple of substitutions here. So we check out that shot on the Whitehead-Hancock replay. Make sure you stay with us at halftime. We will have some highlights, as all part of our halftime show, brought to you by Classic Gold Master Jeweler. The right side, just outpacing the Frankfort High defenders. Yeah, they'll have a throw. And Evie Cassell manages to get her foot in there and takes a little nudge in the back, and that'll be a free kick for Frankfort High, as the Panthers take this opportunity to get as many white shirts into the Great Crossing half as possible, because they haven't spent a lot of time there. I'm not sure over 3 halves of soccer if I've ever seen a goalkeeper have less to do than Hannah Baird has for Great Crossing. During the starting lineups tonight, when her number was called, I was like, she must have started the last game, but for the life of me, I can't remember ever having heard her name.
I know. She's she could be sitting in a metal folding chair watching the game.
And we're going to get a free kick from just outside the box on the right side.
Not a very good view from that end, though. You know, you're a long way from the action.
Yeah, but at our age, we like the idea of a chair in any scenario possible.
That's exactly right.
So Savannah Cameron with a little bit too much of a nudge in the back. This will be a left-footed outswinger, the way it's being lined up. Going directly at goal and just slicing that one a little bit too acutely. Let's see on the replay, that was number 10 coming in to hit that, Kaylee Tyson.
She bent it like Beckham, but didn't have the right line on it.
That'll bring us to halftime. A lot of noise, but only one goal to show for it for Great Crossing, as Frankfort High still in this one. 1-0 your score. Warhawks on top We're at halftime. Stay with us for the Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show. That's coming up here on the Game of the Week.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Welcome back to Great Crossing High School and the 41st District Girls Soccer Championship. We've reached halftime with Great Crossing, the hosts, up 1-0 on Frankfort High. The Panthers having to endure a lot of attack from the Great Crossing, but only one bite to go along with that bark from the Warhawks, as Great Crossing having a little dance beforehand, getting themselves loose. Frankfort High getting themselves up to the intensity level needed, and they were going to need a lot of it early, as this sort of confusion by the back line being pulled in all sorts of directions, and that ball is pulled into the near side for a goal by Kendall Crump, marking her 23rd of the season. And as many attacks as Great Crossing had on the Frankfort High goal, that is all that separates these two teams here at halftime, as Great Crossing, the host, threw a lot at the Frankfort High goal, but not managing to put one in the net, aside from the one that we saw, as that one close, that one hitting the goal post. But a lot of toughness shown by the Lady Panthers, and they are still in this one. 1-0 your score. Great Crossing on top left. Second half action coming up for you here in just a little bit on Cable 10.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs. In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Raymond James. Since 1996, the Current family and Raymond James have been committed to helping our community achieve their financial goals and needs. Raymond James, life well planned. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
A law partner rediscovers her grandmother's artistry and establishes a charitable trust to keep the craft alive for generations to come. From preserving a cultural tradition to leaving a legacy, a Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your passions, and the way you enrich your community. Life well planned.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. When your business is looking to win, with tough competition around every corner, you need high performers backing you up. Traditional Bank's local team will stand by your side as a trusted partner, your friendly neighbor, and your biggest fan. It's time to make the switch. Traditional Bank, member FDIC.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Game of the Week is brought to you by One Stop Automotive. One Stop Auto wishes all teams a great year. Make us your one stop for fair and dependable service. Ask about our 1-year guarantee. One Stop Automotive does it all. From oil changes to air conditioning, engine and transmission repair to tires and brakes, One Stop Automotive has you covered with their 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor. One Stop Automotive is ready to serve you with professional and dependable auto care at fair prices. Let One Stop Automotive be your one and only stop for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Locally owned and operated since 2022.
Why are so many business and community leaders backing Patricia Waldridge for mayor of Frankfort? Because Patricia Waldridge is the one they trust. Patricia is the one with the real record for standing up for small business. She introduced the Shop Local gift card to drive traffic in local stores while assisting residents financially. She is the co-founder of Swim with Purpose to get a pool open for the entire community to use. Join leaders you trust to vote for Patricia Waldridge for mayor.
I'm Patricia Waldridge, and I approve this message.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas, and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner at historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
Still only one goal in it between these two teams with 40 more minutes left to play. Great Crossing up 1-0 on Frankfort High as we begin to start the second half of the girls' 41st District Championship. And Quint, Great Crossing, kind of a ceaseless attack on that Frankfort High goal, but only one goal to show for it.
Very similar to the game on Tuesday night when they played Frankfort Christian. They had the ball on the Lady Royals side of the pitch almost the entire first half and only had 2 goals to show for it. But in the second half, they were able to break through and put up 6 more goals for a mercy rule win with about, I think, 8 minutes left to go in the game. But we'll see if that'll happen this time.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're on the side of Frankfort High, that has to be, I mean, you got to look at that first half as a success. You're still very much in this game. It's still very much an uphill battle, and you're going to have to really work for it. But, you know, you put yourself in a position for crazy things to happen, and then if crazy things happen, you earn that, you know?
Right. If Frankfort High were to somehow score a goal, I think this game would start to take on a whole new aspect. The Lady Warhawks would be playing differently. And keep in mind that the Lady Warhawks, they've only lost 3 games all year long. They're a very good team.
You mentioned a little bit about the temperature. We see some of the ball crew are starting to wrap themselves up, so some of the players, they're wearing the long sleeves or covering their hands a little bit, so definitely a chill coming into the air there.
Yeah, but when you're running around, you can build up some body heat pretty quick. At least that's what I remember. It's been a while since I've run around to do anything. Ball boys may have taken a break here.
Well, I saw like 3 or 4 of them on our side of the field from our broadcast position, but
so I ain't getting it. I'm warm under this blanket.
There's a shot that actually turned into a pretty effective cross. As Kendall Crump has it there, and it is touched out, and that's going to be a corner.
Good job, I think. I think it's probably Evie Cassell back there playing defense for Frankfort High to.
Yeah, I believe that was a shot that turned into a pretty effective cross of the ball into the Frankfort High box. There's another shot from distance. It's going to go well wide. That'll be a goal kick.
Shot by Baker, just high.
I don't think the Lady Panthers have anybody on their team that can really boot this ball past midfield.
We almost got there.
Almost. Or I recall I think it's been about 10 years ago now, maybe more than 10 years.
Sneaking into the box, they're nearly scoring, and here's Hawkinsmith with it, and that'll be a gool kick, but another huge chance for Great Crossing to get that second goal.
Nobody there for him.
Let's take a look at this again. This is Tori Skaggs with a nice little chipped cross in. And that's a good defensive play on the last-ditch effort there. Frankfort High player getting their foot to it to really take it out of the path. I believe that was Crump running in on goal. There's Bailey Maxwell, number 4. Plays it out wide to Hawkinsmith. Plays that cross right into the chest of the Frankfort High player. And I believe they're going to call a handball there. That's an interesting one because, I mean, she's really not sure how you call that. She's about 2 feet away from it. It's like a point-blank range. I mean, I guess the argument is you should have your hands at your side at that point, but
you got to protect yourself.
Another ball out in the front. Frankfort High just managing to get anything, any body part in front of it to keep it away from goal, and once again, getting off the hook.
Uh-oh, a little miscommunication there, apparently.
But having trouble getting it out of danger, and Great Crossing again on the attack.
As
just
I was
picking
saying,
their spots now. Sorry, Clint.
As I was saying before about the goal kicks, Frankfort High boys team had a keeper. It's like I say, probably 15 years ago. I can't think of the kid's name, but man, he could boot that ball almost to the 18 of the other side.
Another chance at goal here, Hawkinsmith, and they're going to get Bailey Maxwell with the foul on the build-up there. Give Frankfort High credit, too, and especially here in the second half. They've done a lot of defending just like that, just the last line of defense, and I think it was more the momentum of number 2 there, Addison Hiles, or Kendall White, rather, that kind of, swung twice, missed twice. That was Lillian Wainscott.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
All I saw was 2 also
I
at
saw,
first.
yeah. I think it was her momentum that kind of carried her into the turf that time, but getting the call against her was Bailey Maxwell. And now we've got Frankfort High on the attack here.
But it'll be a Warhawk throw-in. Anyway, this goalkeeper for Frankfort High boys team, he could really punt it, and he was the punter on the football team. And oftentimes you have a kicker on the football team that's really a soccer player, but he's helping the football team out by kicking field goals and kickoffs. This is the other way around. This guy was a football player, big kid, and he was kind of helping the soccer team out because they really needed his leg.
Great crossing with the chance here. Oh. Nice move out to save by Nichols. She isn't able to wrap it up, but that time the Panthers clear. That's some nice goalkeeping by Nichols because they had her dead to rights on goal, and she just got herself in the way of it. That was Kendall Crump again.
We've seen a lot of good goalkeeping effort in this tournament.
Well, it's Tori Skaggs trying to get her foot wrapped around it, but finds its way back out. Here's Hawkinsmith with a nice cutback. Room to make the cross. Still with it. Here's from distance a shot, and we're actually going to get a free kick headed the way of Great Crossing.
What happened? I didn't see that.
There was a little bit of a collision. I didn't really catch it either. It might have been, all I can guess is maybe a handball or something, but we're going to get a free kick for Great Crossing right in front of goal, just at the top of the box.
This could be dangerous here.
Kaylee Tyson takes it with the left foot, and would have been great if it had been on a football field. That's 3 points all day, but unfortunately couldn't sneak it into the goalpost that mattered here.
Too much air under that one.
And you're right, Clint. I think the inability to get the ball effectively down the field on those goal kicks is really hurting Frankfort High, because it's just like it's almost like you're punting from your 5-yard line and getting in football and getting to about the 30.
Right.
You're not really relieving any pressure there.
You're still giving the other team really good field position. And that's what Frankfort High is doing. Basically is, they're still giving the Lady Warhawks really good field position.
Frankfort High trying to get some field position of their own. Just the numbers game not really playing into the favor of the Panthers. They just can't get bodies upfield fast enough to maintain possession. Warhawks nearly getting a through ball into Crump. She was looking to get it under her left foot, but just a little bit too far.
I think Nichols may take this one herself.
She does, and it does reach a Frankfort High player.
Yeah, that's Johnson there, but She couldn't hold on to it.
This is Tori Skaggs making a run with it through the left channel.
Madison Hiles sends it out of bounds.
Comes the throw to Skaggs. She chips it up. She's got Crump there. Crump first times it, and that is going to sneak its way into the goal. A finesse finish off of a wonderful cross by Tori Skaggs. And that doubles the scoreline for Great Crossing, 2-0. The dam finally breaks for Frankfort High after all that good defending work. That's just a wonderful first-time hit, and that is a lot harder than it looks because you're trying to – the tendency would be to just – and I wonder if that's just a little bit of frustration on having, taken so many touches and missed that so many times, and finally she's just like, to heck with it. I'm just going to slap it and see what happens.
Yeah, that's in the air. The ball did not come down.
Goal number 24 for Kendall Crump. And goal number 2 for Great Crossing. And for Frankfort High to have done the amount of defending that they have and have played as gutsy as they have, you got to hope this isn't like the backbreaker that just sends 2 or 3 more goals into the back of the net for them.
Yeah.
Now they just got to regroup. Just start doing the basics. Just keep doing what you were doing and just keep trying to play tough. And there's another goal for Crump, and she nearly had number 3 there, but Rachel Nichols doing a good job to get down and just kind of strong-arm that one and keep it out of the goal.
Laying out, stopping it.
You can tell she kind of took the worst end of that one. Great Crossing just picking their spots here. They've got so much time on the ball. That comes with being a team that is as potent in scoring as they are. As a defender, the tendency would be to get up and try to press the ball, but with the ability to beat someone off the dribble that they have, and also just the ability that Great Crossing has to strike quickly, you start worrying about, if I attack them, if I really try to pressure the ball, how much space am I leaving behind me? Are we going to be able to recover? Are we losing our shape? And that when you're outgunned the way that Frankfort High is in terms of just like scoring capability, keeping your shape defensively is the name of the game in terms of staying in a game like this. There's the shot from distance. It goes over the top of the goal. Kaylee Tyson having a chance at it. It's a nice job of beating 2 or 3 defenders, keeping it, and would have been a goal of the tournament type goal for the women's side if she had managed to keep it down. Twelve minutes gone now, 2-0 your score on 2 Kendall Crump goals in this game. That's the difference between these 2 teams.
Emma Johnson with it. Can she stay with it?
Yeah, the problem Emma Johnson's had, and you see it right there again, is every time she's had the ball headed down the field, it's always 1-on-5.
Well, this is a throw-in, so maybe they can get some girls down here to help her out.
Of course, that's that conundrum that you find yourself in if you're Frankfort High. How many bodies do we commit forward with the risk of leaving all that space in behind? With a team that definitely knows how to exploit it.
Yeah. I was a little surprised she didn't throw it back.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. Seton Hawkinsmith making that run down the right side. She had nobody going with her, and it's timed perfectly. Ball finds its way back out, and Great Crossing now going to play through the middle. Here's Tori Skaggs putting her foot through it, just a little bit too much oxygen underneath the ball. We'll have another goal kick.
Well, the ball girl there at the behind the Frankfort High goal is getting a workout tonight. She's doing a fine job.
Again, a goal kick finds its way to the Great Crossing's feet. Little run in there between Seton Hawkinsmith and Rebecca Pires.
But they say play on, probably because Great Crossing still had the ball and they didn't want to take away the advantage for them.
Yeah, usually when they're going away from goal, you'll see that called. I think also might just be, might be one of those where staying on your feet is to the disadvantage of you getting a call, which is a thing that happens.
That's true. Throw in Lady Panthers. I'm a little surprised that Great Crossing doesn't have more people forward since they have such good ball control. But then again, you don't want to break from what you normally do, I guess.
One thing you got to say about the Panthers, their heads have not dropped. They're still fighting as hard as they can. And really, they have made Great Crossing work for these 2 goals. So, I mean, I think they came into this knowing they were kind of up against it, but for their first time in this tournament, I think they're acquitting themselves pretty well against a pretty good team. So, hats off to the Lady Panthers for having, and the last time these 2 teams played, it was 8-0. So,
yeah.
I think there's already something that these girls can really hang their hats on, and even if, you don't wind up getting the ball in the back of the net or, really kind of punching your way back into this game, you've made a really good team work for it tonight.
Yes.
And nothing's, Great Crossing's had their majority of the ball, but that hasn't really led to much in the way of goals. As we've got a collision, and we're going to maybe get no, we haven't got a stoppage of play yet. And that's just a little bit of the elbow, and I think
she hit her back like, hey.
Yeah.
that's my head.
Yeah, that's a tough one because it's like the collision between the 2 players is what brought the knee into the head of.
And it wasn't intentional, and Nichols could have gotten a yellow card or a red card.
Well, I think we're all the perfect picture of composure until we get hit in the head.
Of course we are.
Let's take a look at this from the back angle, and it's the bump right there from her own player that sends the Great Crossing player into Nichols. And a little bit of a, little bit of cheekiness there, I guess you could say.
Yeah. But
for lack of a better term.
They didn't give her a yellow card or a red card, so that's good. And she appears to be physically okay. That's good, too. Frankfort High, a very young team. They only have 3 seniors, one of which is Rachel Nichols, so they'll need to find a new goalie next year.
Yeah, but you look at the players who have been really promising for them in this tournament that have really, if you look at the game on Monday night, you have Emma Johnson, and who's a sophomore, and Evie Cassell, who's a freshman.
Yeah.
So, future's looking bright, and, they have really fought hard and I think made a good account of themselves tonight.
And, if Coach Craycraft can somehow convince more players maybe to get on a club team or at least to practice soccer with their friends during the off season, that would go a long way.
And here's the thing, you start making tournaments like this, you make it out and you make it to the final game, and it starts looking a little better. It starts looking like something for all these freshmen coming in and, people that are already at the school who might want to come out and play.
Say, hey, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things that a school like Great Crossing has, and they obviously have skill, and they have a lot of players who are quite good at this game, but they also have numbers. They're able to go 6-7 deep on this bench, and you look at a player or a team like a coach like Craycraft, he has 3 players total on his bench.
Yeah.
That's a big divergence there. There's a nice move. Shot from distance by Skaggs, just not able to get it on target. I think she's a little frustrated with herself. She had a good look at it. Frankfort High able to stop Great Crossing, but just not able to hold on to any possession themselves. And
hit the post.
Nearly wrong footing Rachel Nichols and caroming into the post, and that'll be a throw. Let's take a look at this. That is Tori Skaggs.
Yeah, dangerously close.
Yeah, that shot had some venom on it, and it was dipping pretty crazily, and Nichols did a good job of getting herself over there to the post.
And number 6, Emma King.
And we're going to see a substitution coming here now. I believe that is
Peyton Broadus.
Peyton Broadus, the junior, coming in. And Emma King coming back into the game. Number 6.
Yeah, it matters a lot when you can give some of your players a rest.
Here's King with it. Cross comes in. We've got 20 minutes left in this. Still 2-0. How much does Great Crossing really want to take their foot off the gas pedal, because I mean, this is still, not out of the realm of possibility. It's not like we're looking at a 6 or 7 goal deficit here.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a team in Frankfort High that's still fighting hard. And really been taking that fight there all night. Just haven't been able to string the correct passes together. And, it takes a lot of energy when you're having to defend like Frankfort High has had to. And you haven't seen any heads drop. You haven't seen anybody not want to make the effort, which I think says a lot. It was a nice idea by Curry to try to head the ball into the path of the forward there for Frankfort High. That one takes a pretty heavy bounce. Nobody there to capitalize for the Panthers. And we have one of our first appearances of the night of Hannah Baird in the goal for Great Crossing.
It may have been the first time she's touched the ball.
It's the first time we've seen her since the lineups. But, to say that, the amount of possession that Great Crossing has had, to still only be up 2-0, that says a lot for Frankfort High. That you really got to take your hat off to them. Curry taking the ball down nicely, and a nice turn to get herself some space. Playing it down that channel, giving the player something to run onto. Great Crossing having to work in their own half for a little bit here. And now it's going to be a throw for Frankfort High, pretty deep in the Great Crossing side of the field. Here's Johnson, just kind of chipping it towards goal, hoping to maybe create a mistake on the part of that back line, but Great Crossing well drilled enough to just let it roll out for a goal kick. And this might be one of the first goal kicks we've seen. It's definitely the first one tonight for Anna Baird.
Panthers bring in Emmy Moore, number 6, and Bella Barnett, number 10. Barnett, a freshman, Moore, a junior.
Now Great Crossing with a little more space to play in. That is one thing to be said for playing as that ball sat up pretty well for Emmy Moore. She just didn't have enough of a head start to get there. But Great Crossing now, here's where it becomes a problem for Frankfort High, because Great Crossing now has Frankfort High a little bit stretched. Not so many not all those white shirts in the box like it has been for the past little bit. Now it goes off the crossbar.
Another one off the bar.
And Frankfort High keeping that 2-0 scoreline again. There's the shot from distance. It's going to curl wide. That was Kaylee Tyson taking that shot. Let's take a look at this again. That was Kendall Crump nearly chipping one in. Just could not get it underneath the crossbar. $15 minutes left in this one. Great Crossing in control, but probably not by as much as they would have expected to be.
Yes, after beating this team on mercy rule a month ago, a little different story tonight. Of course, they still have the 2-0 lead with less than 15 minutes to go. And
I think that's going to be offside, but won't really matter anyway.
I think she's so too, and even laid the ball down for a free kick.
Goal kick goes straight to Great Crossing, and they've got a chance here. And that one just chipped high. Warhawks getting in the right positions, but just can't keep the ball down. That was Seton Hawkinsmith, who you see there. Coming into the game is number 19 for the Lady Panthers, Emily McClavick, the junior, coming back into the game. Yep. It's another one who you'll have back for another year for Frankfort High.
Got a little breather.
And Frankfort High trying to keep that Great Crossing back line honest. 13 minutes left in this one. I want to thank our main sponsors for this tournament while we've got a chance. David Tools Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service. Thanks for helping us bring this tournament to you. Also, Serafini Restaurant. I want to give a big shout out to them and a big thank you for helping make Game of the Week possible. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have highlights and we'll have the Esprit Credit Union play of the game. You won't want to miss that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got football action for you. From 2 different locations. Yeah. I think that might be the first time we've done this.
That's right. Western Hills hosting Henry County. Should be a good game, too.
Yeah.
And in the other game, which should be also a good game, Franklin County hosting Southwestern, which is out of Pulaski County.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun night of football here on Cable 10 as we see wholesale substitutions coming in for the Warhawks.
Anna Murphy, number 36. comes in. We'll see Seton Hawkinsmith go out.
11 minutes and 47 seconds is the distance between Great Crossing and yet another girls 41st District Championship. This would be their third in a row. Excuse me, fourth in a row.
Success kind of breeds success.
They have been in the championship game every single year they've been in this district. Frankfort High with a chance now. They've been seeing a little bit more of the ball in the middle of the field. Definitely no quit in these Panthers, but there's been no quit in the attack of the Warhawks either, and they're going to get a throw deep in the Frankfort High half. And that was
Rebecca Pires. Smart play by her to clear it out.
I apologize for mispronouncing her last name. It's Pires instead of Pires.
There's Lillian and Wayne Scott. Lillian is a senior. She got to play at least one more game in her high school career.
Yeah, and that's another big step for that's another thing to remember. This is not the end of the season should it end like this for Frankfort High. They've got another game, and you know, you've got your fans, they're able to come out, and it's going to be special for this team to get there for the first time. And for Great Crossing, you know, this is just the beginning. You know, you've got a strong team and a real chance at making some noise in that 11th region tournament.
Is there going to be a corner? Or
goal kick, I believe.
Goal kick, okay. Kind of hard to tell over there whose foot it went off.
Yeah, if you look at this, the way the 41st District tournament has gone, I'm just kind of in my head thinking of who would make an all-tournament team for these teams. I think, you know, from the Great Crossing side, of course, the name that writes itself on there first is Kendall Crump. She's got 5 goals in the tournament so far. And, you know, you have to look at somebody like Bailey Maxwell, who scored a couple on their first game and is only a sophomore.
Right.
Or excuse me, a junior. So she'll be back next year. You know, Kendall Crump's only a freshman. That's a scary thought if you're another team in this district.
Oh, yeah. She has very high soccer IQ and has good skills also. So
and we talked about Great Crossing being well drilled and well coached, but you know, looking at the other side of it, one of the positives you have to see if you're Frankfort High out of tonight is, you know, even no matter how the next 8 minutes go, you've defended really well, and you've defended as a team, and that's hard to do in that little of space. And that takes communication, and that takes understanding your roles and holding your shape, and that's something that I think these girls can really take a lot of pride in, and as well as Coach Craycraft and his staff for, you know, being able to set these girls up to really challenge and frustrate an incredibly good Great Crossing team. And that's where it starts, just being able to have a concept, go into the game, and no matter how good the team you're up against is, you can play to that idea. You can play to that game plan and hold to it. And I think that's definitely evident on the basis of this game.
Got some more subs coming in.
Yeah, I think Coach is going to try to maybe clear the bench a little bit. Both coaches. As Kaylee Tyson actually comes back into the game. So Great Crossing, again, It's not like they're bringing out the bench here. They're having to really, they're going to keep on trying to get that third goal.
Well, they've also got to tune up for their first round region game next week.
Yeah, and they will be catching the lower seed or the loser of another tournament final or another district tournament final. So, but, some of these districts have 2 or 3 really good teams in them, so you never know what you're going to get. You might go out there and run into a buzzsaw, so you got to, figure out a way to stay sharp. And I think it's safe to say that Frankfort High has frustrated Great Crossing tonight. And Great Crossing with the heavy touch. And Frankfort High with the chance here. Emma Johnson with the shot from distance, and that is going to go in. Frankfort High gets on the scoreboard. Emma Johnson with the shot over the top of the keeper from outside the box. Can you believe it? Frankfort High still in this game with the fighting chance. What a shot from Johnson. Let's take a look at the Whitehead Hancock replay. Just a little bit of, maybe it's just being inactive. Hannah Baird with a little bit of a lapse in judgment there, just played it right into the feet of Emma Johnson, and you don't have to tell her twice to take a shot at goal, and she places it perfectly. Wow, what a shot. And all of a sudden, this last 5 minutes gets a lot more intriguing. Panthers have something here. And now if you're Frankfort High, the complexion of this game is completely flipped now. If you had tired legs and you're trying to defend, now it's let's send everybody we can after it. We've got a chance at this. Warhawks now just kind of trying to lick their wounds, and now Frankfort High has the ball again. They've got a chance to break. Stepping up to defend there are the Warhawks, but Frankfort High definitely with the spring in their step now. 4 minutes left. A lot to do, but cut the deficit in half. Now all of a sudden those balls are finding the feet of white shirts as Johnson's got a chance at this one. It's a foot race. That time they're able to clear to Baird. Baird not playing the ball within 20 yards of the foot of Emma Johnson that time. But we're going to get a throw for Frankfort High. 3.5 minutes left in this one. Don't move a muscle because this is getting interesting, folks. The Panthers showing so much fight here. They just stuck around, never let it get out of hand, and now they have a puncher's chance, more than a puncher's chance, of tying this game up and sending it to overtime. Can you believe it? Now Great Crossing having to do a little bit of defending. They haven't had to do this all night. Here's the pass in from Curry. Can't find a white shirt. Now Curry plays it in from deep, and Baird just comfortable watching that go out. And now Great Crossing in the position of just wanting this one to end, running some time off the clock. And now the Warhawks having to get their starters back in. It's Finley Eisen and Olivia Knopfsinger coming back into the game. And losing possession again is Great Crossing. Can you believe it? Frankfort High with the chance here with 2 minutes left. That is Evie Cassell. And the ball taken away. Now Great Crossing heading in the direction of the Frankfort High goal, but Panthers with the new lease on life here. Now Great Crossing trying to take control back of this game. And that's going to be a free kick for Frankfort High. Minute 45 left. If you're just joining us, Great Crossing had control of this game for 36 minutes when all of a sudden Hannah Baird kicks it into the feet of Emma Johnson, and Emma Johnson chips one in from well outside the box, and it's 2-1. And now the Panthers have something to fight for here.
It's possible. It's possible.
And really, ever since then, Frankfort High has had control of this game. I never thought I'd say that tonight.
Gives them a little bit more energy.
And now Great Crossing really having to pick up, but you see that pressing is getting a lot more high. That defending is getting a lot more front foot and less laying back for Frankfort High.
And it's taken away.
And they've got a chance at it. A couple lucky bounces. This could happen again. Panthers saving the best for last here. Here's Emma Johnson coming way into her own side of the field to get it. We're going to get a goal kick here, and they're just going to push as many white shirts up the field as possible. And take that back. It's a free kick, so they're going to be further up the field. 45 seconds left. Can they do it? The free kick to Curry. It's tried to play a little 1-2, but Curry just was not able to make the run. Coming up to knock it free is a Panther. Did it take a glance? No, it's going to be a throw for Great Crossing, and we're getting close to the point where we're going to get a substitution in here, you know.
I think they stop the clock whenever a sub comes in, what, in the last 2 minutes? Is that
yes.
Is that what the rule is?
And maybe stopping a little bit of the momentum as well. That one just barely stays in, and now it rolls out. That's a throw for Great Crossing, and that just might do it, but now we'll have a goal kick with 6 seconds left. Just not enough time to really do anything with this. And that one's going to sting just a little bit more maybe for Frankfort High, but take nothing away from Frankfort High. They really gave Great Crossing a run for their money tonight, and especially in the last 5 minutes. This one was in doubt, Clint.
Yeah. And to go from getting beat 8-0 a month ago to losing by 1 goal in the district championship, I mean, Frankfort High has really come a long way this year, I think.
Yeah, and it's just an impressive night all around. Great Crossing dominating play for so long, and then Frankfort High just never giving up, never stopping the fight, and then 1 goal just changes everything. The winner of this game, Great Crossing, though, you have to give it up to them. Yet another 41st District Championship, and both of these teams will move on to the 11th region. We'll have some highlights, and we will have the Esprit Credit Union Play of the Game coming up here in just a little bit on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week Play of the Game is brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Esprit Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a Spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support. Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to Esprit.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Great Crossing High School, where the hosts edge out the Frankfort High Panthers 2-1 to win the girls soccer 41st District Championship. Great Crossing really running the show tonight for most of the night, but Frankfort High really, with a lot of defending to have to do, stuck around and made a game of this.
They did. They hung in there. They hung in there and got a goal in the last within the last 5 minutes,
and I guarantee you,
made it interesting.
And Great Crossing knows they've been in a game.
They do, and my guess is their coach Trevor Klein, is probably going to be working with them this weekend about girls. We dominated with possession, but we've got to do a better job of getting it into the back of the net.
Closing the deal.
Yeah, closing the deal.
Well, what do you say we take a look at our play of the game, brought to you by Esprit Credit Union?
Sounds good to me.
All right, and that is going to be the goal that opened up our scoring tonight. Cross from distance, tying some of the Frankfort High defenders in knots. Laid off by Meredith Turner for Kendall Crump, and that was one of her 2 goals on the evening. Those 2 goals making the difference as Kendall Crump ends 41st District play, her first year, on 24 goals.
Yes, 24 goals. The most in the district and maybe the most in the region. I mean, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next 3 years. And I'm sure the other teams in this this district will be glad when she graduates.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to thank you for watching our boys and girls broadcasts all week here at the 41st District Tournament. I want to thank our main sponsors, David Tolles Auto Pro and Tire and Auto Service, Serafini Restaurant, and our other sponsors, Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher, Traditional Bank, Raymond James, One Stop Automotive, replay sponsor, Whitehead Hancock Plumbing, our halftime sponsor, Classic Gold Master Jewelers, and our play of the game sponsor, Esprit Credit Union. And I want to thank you for watching with us. It's been a really fun week of soccer, and you definitely want to stick around for the end of this highlight sequence because it gets really interesting towards the end of it. For Clint Goins and everybody on our team here at Cable 10, I'm John Piesheimer.
And reminding everyone to tune in tomorrow for a different kind of football.
That's true. We got football action from 2 different locations tomorrow night. Who loves you? Cable 10 does. Thank you for joining us here on the 41st District Soccer Championship broadcast on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Good night, everyone.